fundamental syllabus this week, we're going to look at the armbar from mount. So it's one of the most it's complicated, but also unfortunately something that everyone does have to know fairly early on. Again, there's lots of small details, but over time you will add small elements to it. To begin with, there's broad strokes, but we're going to give you all the details now. So again, attacking an armbar from mount. Generally, first thing we need to be doing is we need to be moderately high up the body. Again, if they do everything wrong and they're terrible, then I can do an armbar from like back off them completely. But to get access to their arms, generally, the closer I am to their shoulders, the higher I am, the easier it will be. So yeah, if the arms are here, it's extremely difficult, almost impossible, unless you have incredibly good hips. So what we're looking to do, usually we have our knees tucked in relatively tight. We don't want to give space inside to start tucking your elbow here. If it is, we've got to actively deal with it, which is a bit of a hassle. So again, so we're starting off just relatively tucked here. There's a couple ways to get the arms up a little bit higher. The simplest, most direct way is again to come down, probably hands above the head or above the shoulders so that her head can't slide up, and then just walk up the body, keeping the pressure on the head so you go a little bit higher, preferably up so your feet are roughly on the hips. That's the most direct way. You can also take a much more roundabout route to it, where you start nice and low, you control behind the head, you dig up underneath one of the arms, bring it up, get it up high, bring one knee out, bring the other knee out, whatever. That's probably what you see more often at a higher level, but both ways work. Sorry. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit heavy there. Anyway, okay, I'll think light thoughts. Quarantine's doing a number on me, sort of. It's making my technique better, which is why I weigh more. That's what I meant. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of the arms. Doesn't matter which one particularly. Usually the one on top is better, but often they will change it as you're attacking it, so it doesn't really matter. Oh man, okay. Okay, this arm's on top. So my cross hand is going to come across. I'm going to grab at the tricep here and just begin to hang and engage my lat on this side. You may push a little bit with your hand, you may not, but the aim is basically to get myself down and then move my hips to one side of it and then lean all myself in. I don't want to do stuff at arm's length and just try to pull it. Okay, so I want to get just across, so roughly in the middle of my body, same as you would with an armbar from guard. You want the elbow placed roughly on your belly button, and then you want to turn your body behind it so it stays there, and now my belly sort of runs the length of the back of her tricep. As this happens, I want to take my right knee up to the side to her ear, and my other leg's going to come around and settle into this position. This will be very heavy, and I can't see her face right now, but I'd imagine she's not particularly happy with it. What may have to happen is, again, if you are not that flexible, you may have to just put this foot up. This is generally quite difficult because when you do it, brings your weight back onto this butt cheek. It makes it a little bit harder to stay. So if you can, pulling this arm out of the way and tucking this under here is good. But again, if not, just taking the foot down here is okay. But it does take a bit of flexibility training to loosen up a little bit. So if you have trouble with this, try to pull this up and out of the way and work it in. If you can't, it's okay. So now, the main aim is to try to get my weight shifted off this leg onto this leg so I can pass my leg over her head. Okay? So usually, honestly, you're going to shift to the knee, which is going to make things very unheavy, so I'm going to do this quite quickly when it comes to it. Right now, my weight is mostly here to make things tolerable for my partner. So I'm going to tilt a little bit to the left. Here, I'm going to go looking for the wrist on this side. Again, it's not always possible, but I would like to have some kind of control of it before I start going backwards, so the arm's already under control. If I start when it's here, she's going to start defending. It's going to be a bit of a hassle. She's probably going to have changed her arms around by this point, honestly, so, the hand's up, I can't just grab it, but I still want to try to get access to the wrist here. If I have the elbow, I have the wrist, I tilt to the left, all of my weight goes onto my left knee, left butt cheek, to be honest, and then my right foot is going to go over her head. Now that all my weight is here, it's free to pass. Knees go tight, we come back, we hold the wrist, we set ourselves back onto our back, knees together, heels down, and we basically, you can keep it this way around, or you can come back down to both hands on the wrist here, elbows tucked tight to the body, knees together, heels down, and then you lift and bridge your hips up to hyperextend the elbow. If you end up here and here, that's fine. Again, it's okay to use an elbow. If you do though, you need to hook at her wrist so the wrist does not rotate. If I grab like this, there's too many chances for it to twist and rotate this way. So we don't want this to happen really, so we'd like to hook it into our chest here so we have rotational control over it. Generally, we want the thumb to be upwards. This gives you better braking pressure and control on the elbow. And again, her ability to rotate and roll out is driven by where this hand is facing. Again, if I have full control over it, if she tries to turn, she will hurt herself. If she's able to turn it, then this turns with the elbow, turns with the shoulder turns, and then she's more likely to come out. So, beautiful thing. Takes quite a bit of practice to get the movement down. It's not easy, particularly if you are a little bit heavier, but it is always doable at all levels once you have the movement sorted out. So one more time, again, I'm going to slide up, simple way, hands behind the head. This is me, if I don't have the hand here and I walk forward, she just walks with me and we don't achieve anything. So I need some way to make sure she doesn't move as I move up the body. Okay? Again, we can wedge here. Some people will go behind the head and work this there, but for now, just hands on top of the head, knees pushed tight, and then slide up. Well, usually we tuck our feet on the hips here to make it hard to get pushed back down again. If my feet are below the hips, then I've got nothing to push off. Again, check your arm, take, push it across, lean onto it, slide the knee up, circle this around. Here. Okay, once we have that, usually this stays at the elbow, this goes looking for the wrist. Here, again, here she is defending, it's still very grabbable, more so than it would be at other times. If you need to, also lean your hips and chest forward, start to force the arm through to give you more wrist to hold on to. If she's literally just grabbing on the bicep, it's hard to get to this sometimes. Again, you can pull this back, push forward to get a bit more of a chance to dig into it. Here and there. Lean to your left, all the weight comes off the side here. Make this quick, knees together, arm down. And that is the armbar from mat.